I'm Krista and this is the Hooked Dragon. Um, so today is February 4th. It's Wednesday. I know I'm getting this video almost completely done way in advance of before when I was planning on releasing it. Um, I mean, it's still gonna be really today when you're watching this. It's Friday, but this gives me more time to edit and everything, and I'm really excited. I finally finished setting up my craft room space. Yay! Well, for the most part. So I still have some decor changes I would like to change. I was originally thinking, let's just leave these pictures up, because they're sentimental to me, but they do not fit the aesthetic for what I'm trying to make this room look like. So I will talk about those pictures because I said I would. But I will be changing those out. It's just going to be a while till I get that all sorted and figured out. But when that does happen, I'll just briefly say in one of my future videos, check it out, But I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Sorry, notification. I will talk about, I already said that, a little backstory on the pictures. I'm just looking at my notes. So I'm excited to do that, to finish decorating it. And also it needs more light in here. I have a frosted cover on the ceiling fan and it just cuts down on the light a lot. So yeah, I didn't really get a lot made this week since my last mix video. It's even less than my last mix video when I was still working in the craft room too. But at the end of this video, after I show you the walk around the room, talk about the pictures, and then the videos of me getting packages and things just in disarray and the room slightly getting better and all of that, I will do a little short, quick, what did I make this week video. I'm telling you, it's going to be short, but I will go ahead and throw that in there. And then maybe I will, if I make anything else between now and tomorrow night, I'll throw that in too. But it's not going to be anything massive as far as makes go. In the future, will be a lot better because now I actually have space. Things are more organized. I'm running a lot smoother already. It's nice to have access to my laptop. I'm very, very curious to see how long this video takes to upload because from my phone, it has been really, really slow. And when I look at Reddit threads and other stuff about similar issues, it seems to be being inhibited on your phone. But yeah, so I did get which you will see in the video, I did get a ring light for on top of the tabletop one as opposed to my freestanding one. And so I'm curious to also see if the lighting's a little bit better on that. I noticed that everything's just so bright and everything like that in some of my videos. I'm trying to fix that. I don't know how much of it is the uploading though on my phone, because when I look at the original video, I'm like, I do not look like that. But when I look at the video on YouTube, I'm like, whoa. So I'm curious to see how that goes. Let's see, what else? I'm a little tired because I've been working on this room so late, every night, and just I have a toddler during the day, and so I can't sleep in or anything. So my brain's a little bit but yeah. So let's just go ahead and dive into that walkthrough, and then after that, you'll be watching all of those videos and everything, and then I'll come back and I'll at the very end and show you those makes. Here we go. All right, so when you come into the room, this is what it looks like. A lot better. So much room. Look at all that room. So talking about the pictures, when you first walk in, you see California. That is where both my husband and I were active duty, and we met. We were both airmen at the time, and we ended up getting married because we really loved each other. That's what people do. Then we both got orders to Maryland, and that is where I had my first kid, and decided I wasn't going to re-enlist so that I could be a full-time mom. And then my husband got orders to Korea, and when he came back, he got orders to Missouri, and we moved to Missouri. And then after Missouri, he got orders to Louisiana, and that's where we are now. These ones have nothing to do with that except for before joining the Air Force, my husband was living in New York, and before I joined the Air Force, I was living in Oregon. Neither of us were born in these states, but we kind of grew up in these states. All right, going back to the craft room. So this is my demi pearl. I'm going to keep it up here. I think I'm going to get a second one of these and hang it on this closet door and put my Parfait Chunky in there once I get my Parfait Chunky down, because I have so much Parfait Chunky. You see this right here? I have more cubes than this in my bedroom, and they are 100% full of Parfait Chunky, except for, okay, except for 2 cubes. One cube is acrylic from before I did plushies, or just that I just kept because I use it for accents and embroidery and stuff like that on plushies now, but they were from before when I just crocheted garments and accessories and things like that, shawls, sweaters, you name it. And I also know how to knit, so I would knit with acrylic too. But yeah, I need to work that down, and I am kind of panicking because I have so much Parfait Chunky. I don't know what to do with it. Over here, I have my fur yarn, and I'm going to keep it like that. It is nice to be able to see all my yarn because, like I said, my cubes are completely taken up in my room with Parfait Chunky, so all these other yarns were just kind of like stacked on top of my dresser and just all over the place, and it was horrible, and I couldn't see exactly what I actually had. But now I can see I don't have orange. Yeah, so it'll be nice to be able to see this and be able to order it, be like, hey, I need orange little bunny. Over here, I have my Premier Basics chenille. And over here, I have my Elise Veludo, which I love, and now I can see that I don't have yellow unless you include this mustardy color, which is kind of an orange yellow, but I don't. And then I have, since I don't have any variegated in that, I just have 2 things of brown because I use a lot of brown. And then over here in the Premier Basic chenille, I actually put the tie-dye that I have down there. Ooh, almost fell. Up here are the very first 2 plushie dragons that I made that I actually liked. They were made over a year ago, I think. Yeah. And so I just kept them. This one I actually did take to market. It's the Winnie Dragon, but it never sold. So I think that I'm just going to have to retire her, even though she is really cute. But the whole year of doing markets really kind of beat her up a little bit. And I had bigger, more expensive dragons that sold. Like, she's the last big dragon that I actually have. I don't want to bring her to markets anymore. So I'm going to keep her. And then I think I'm going to crochet 2 more dragons that fit my aesthetic a little bit more though for in here. So you can kind of see like my old work next to new work. I might eventually sell those ones, but I think it'd be really cool to have something that isn't like one of my original works, not one of my best works. I mean, this is before, and I have knitting needles, but at the time I was still kind of new to plushies, so I wasn't using them, even though I could have for like Ami sticks. Um, Over here are my market bags and tablecloths, pickle jar, and stuff like that. And those are pretty much going to be in here all the time because I do my tagging and printing of barcodes and things like that over here. So it's just easier for me to be able to tag them and bag them. And so I don't want to play the game of let's move the market bags a million times. And then over here I have my desk and my laptop, which is really cool. Yeah, there's lights going on down there. How cool is that? I love it. I have my awesome chair, and then I have my printer over here, a little Bluetooth speaker to listen to music, although you guys will probably never know what kind of music I listen to since, I don't want to get copyright infringement and all of that. But that is a sum up of this room. I would like to, once those pictures get in, I might briefly show them really quick. I mean, it's not gonna be anything crazy like, oh, here's, I finally finished the pictures and stuff. I also like to figure out some sort of lighting. I see a lot of people who do these crochet kind of make videos with the fairy lights and stuff. I don't want to do that because I'm just like a really colorful, vibrant person, and so I think I want to do something with like an RGB light that I can mess with and stuff. But I also don't want it to be too distracting, and I also want it to give a lot of light because I do have a frosted cover on the ceiling fan in here, and I just it cuts down on the light a lot, and so it'd be nice to have some better lighting. But yeah, so that is one thing I will say about that. But anyways, I'll go ahead and show you those videos, and then probably meet you again after those videos. All right. Should I open this sooner? I'm just getting stuff. I'm going to vacuum in here again. Just tape everywhere. Woo! My hair. I just showered, so I look like a mess. Put that over there. More rug came. I'm going to open this now and lay it flat so that it's not all curved and stuff by the time that I start actually putting this room together. Perfect. This is just for my desk chair to be on. I'll lay that out over there after I'm done with the video. All right. So I had been thinking about getting shelves like a lot of the other crafters have in their craft rooms, but I was looking at the prices and the dimensions, and it's a lot of money up front for those, especially when you start adding like glass doors and things. And I just can't just. So I just went ahead and got some cubes, which I'll be putting up. I've got several cubes. It's going to be like quite a few. I'll probably still have some overflow in my room, but you know. And then I got some cool little green wrist pad gel things for my computer setup. So that I think will look really good over there. I'm going to set this over here. This room is getting full of boxes. Oh my. Okay. And then I also got just a little desk mat for my my table, my desk. So I'm going to also open that up and lay that flat so that it can not be so curvy, because like I have one like that over here on top of that desk, and it's a lot easier to clean up and it protects the surface and all that jazz, but it takes a while for it to lay flat. So it's going to look really cool. You can probably figure out the theme a little bit, maybe color-wise. But that's going to be good. Get this laid flat. Probably move in there. And then last thing delivered today. There's more stuff coming. Different delivery service. Oh, and I didn't mention, today is January 30th. So it is Friday. But I'm hoping to come out with this video. You'll probably be watching this, hopefully, if all goes well, Friday of next week. Oh, something for me to put together. So this is a riser for the desk with like some storage. So I can put like my planner and things like that in there. But it is also green. So I'm excited. I can actually start working on it this weekend. I do have to wait for some of my bigger furniture, which isn't going to get here until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And so I'll be doing finishing touches on Wednesday and Thursday. And as long as nothing is delayed and we don't get any crazy weather again, it will be out Friday. So yeah, that's so exciting. Hey, so today is Saturday, January 31st. I finally got the cubes put together. It took several hours, I'd say. And I didn't really have a whole lot of time to work on this room today because we went grocery shopping and stuff like that. But I did start to bring yarn in. That's the Illuze Voluta. I figured I'd start with that since it's gonna be yarn that I'm going to be keeping. You know, I really like it, so I'll continue to use that. So I want to bring that in first. Didn't realize that I was out of yellow, but I have so much yarn in my room that I couldn't really see all the Illuze Voluta that I had because I had some in my closet and some in cubbies by my dresser. And then the majority of my cubbies are taken over by Parfait Chunky. I have way too much Parfait Chunky. I honestly don't know how I'm going to use it all. I have like so many browns and so many greens, and I'm just going to be making a lot of frogs and cows, I guess. I don't know. I did just buy the Cozy Buckeyes pattern, so you probably already see my makes by the time you see this video, but I've been on a capybara kick using the Parfait Chunky from the Cozy Buckeye. She just came out with that pattern, the capybara. I can't remember, it has a funny name like Chappy, the Market Cappy. It's cute, but it works up really good size, and Parfait Chunky, so I've been doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got done today. You'll notice that the dresser used to be there. That's gone now. I moved it, just forewarning you. My room is a mess. I have been shuffling stuff from point A to point B back and forth in here, and I've got my market bags and everything, but it's a mess. So I moved it over there, which will be good. But I think tomorrow I'm just going to try to move the rest of my yarn. Like, I can't go into the room and do that because I'll wake my toddler up and it'll be a nightmare. So, what was I saying? I'm so tired. The basic chenille and demi pearl. I think I'm going to fill up in here, and I've got a bag that's going to hang that was in my closet, my master closet, that I'm going to hang up in here and put some Parfait Chunky in that, I think. The colors that I only want to redo for like car swings and keychains and stuff. But it's late, so that's just pretty much my short little update until tomorrow. I might do an unbox. I got an order of Michael's yarn. I might do an unboxing tomorrow and put that in with my makes video, which you'll have already seen. So anyways, that's it. I'm out. Bye. All right, so today is Sunday, February 1st. I managed to get the rest of my Premier Basics, and then I just put my fur yarn at the end there. Don't have orange, by the way, so I've noticed that I'm missing quite a bit of yarn actually in certain colorways, but and I decided that I'm going to keep the Parfait Chunky in my bedroom because it is just way too much, and I could literally fill up this whole entire 5x5 cube with just Parfait Chunky. So it's going to stay in my room until I work through most of it. Up there, that's actually one of the first crochet amigurumi dragons that I ever made in blanket yarn, and I just kept her because I love her. And she's like one of the first big things that I ever made. But I think it's by Red Mills Crochet, Sleeping Dragon. I love her. So she's just going to stay up there. Probably in the background. Put that in the description, the pattern, designer, and where to get it from and all that in the future. But I've got plenty of room up there for other things. Last night was really, I was really tired, so I think I said that there was like a bag in my closet, but it's just like a little yarn organizer. And that's where I put the demi pearl that I have so far over there. I thought I had more than this, but like I only had one skein actually, and the rest of it is from a box that just came today. But I'll probably just have like the whole color assortment over there, just like a couple skeins. I don't want a lot of overflow of yarn. I don't want to end up like I did with the Parfait Chunky. But came in here to actually do that unboxing video, which will be in my Monday video, and then Tuesday will be in the video on Tuesday, and on Friday this video will be in there, but you've already seen the unboxing of that yarn. And I think now I'm just going to start organizing this mess, and I also have to do a lot of pricing and printing out barcodes and doing labels and stuff because my tags finally came, and so I can start re-tagging everything, which in itself is going to be a huge time commitment. But yep, that's where we are right now. All right, it is now officially February 2nd. It's 1:47 a.m. though. I've been working on this room for a long time, but this is what I have so far. I got everything bagged and tagged over there with the new tags, which took forever because I had to print a bunch of barcodes and put those on the tags. It was a lot. I pretty much redid all my inventory except for my holiday stuff. That can wait a bit. Got the rug down roughly where the desk is gonna be, and yeah, it's all coming together. I use this closet to store some of my market stuff, and then the tent will go, my husband is organizing the section in the garage for all of my market stuff to go, like on a big shelf from Home Depot, and he's going to organize all that, so it's going to be awesome. The tent will be out there. And I got some some plushies up there that I've made, so look good. And yeah, it's a good start. Now I just have to wait for the rest of the furniture to get here and move some other stuff out. But it's looking good. Today is Monday, February 2nd. I'm about to start putting this chair together. It's going to be, I think, awesome. And I'm watching Katie, the Celestial Homebody, while I do that. And I realized that I've been filming a lot of things in the landscape. Oops. So some of those videos are going to be a little weird. But I already took them previous days. So unfortunately, they're just going to have to be the way that they are. So yeah, chair today. And then, this tonight, super late, according to Amazon, my printer stand will be here, so I'll be able to put that together, but no desk until tomorrow. It's been a few hours, and I finished the chair, and I had no idea, but it actually has a massage feature, so that's pretty cool. But it's all done. Yay. My printer stand came today, so I was able to get my printer off of my old desk and bring that in here. And usually just make that for like printing signs and stuff, but I have all my paper in here now and my sticker paper. So yay, my desk was supposed to come today, but it's delayed or something, so it's not going to be here in time to film that today, which is what I was hoping to get done. So I got that all done, my printer all set up. And then I changed up here a bit. I just felt like it was a little too busy, and I was worried about the weight up there and not being able to put new stuff up there. So I'm just putting my dragons up there for now. But yep, this is my update for today, February 3rd, which is Tuesday. Hopefully my desk comes tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, and then I can still get that video out by Friday. But we'll see, because now that it's coming Wednesday night, I have just Thursday to do all of that and then get everything edited and put up there, but we'll see. Well, I'm back. There was a lot of repeating there, I noticed, but I went ahead and left it. Some of it I did edit out, but there's some new stuff there, right? Right? Okay. Well, I don't have that many makes to show, but I have some, and I have some that aren't even completely finished. But let me actually pull up these patterns really quick so that as I'm talking about them, I'm actually crediting the pattern maker, because I want to do that because it's the right thing to do. Get some tabs open here real quick. This is so convenient. Before, I would have had to pause the video and been like, start all over again. I don't even think I showed with my laptop on, but my keyboard has RGB lights going on, and so does my my mouse, which is always fun, right? Okay, I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Let's dive into these makes. There aren't that many. First off, I'm going to start off with a pattern designer that I do know, that everybody knows if you watch my channel. I made another Nyx the Baby Dragon from Celestial the Homebody. Just using the same Lion brand, Dreamland. I don't know why that seems so weird. I think it's because it kind of rhymes, but you use a white Bernat baby blanket, and then that color that I don't remember, but it is Lion brand Dreamland. I just used black safety eyes. Excuse me. I think these are 12 or 14 millimeter, but I'm still trying to fill up that whole bag. When I do, I will show you, but it's not full yet. I have those huge body bags, so I think I have about 10 right now, and I think it would probably take about 30 to fill up that bag, but I'm not 100% sure. If you guys want to guess how many it would take down below, go for it, and then when I fill it up, we'll count and see. I usually make Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet's dumpster fire, but it takes a while, even though I made it no-sew by making the fires beforehand and actually just continuously crocheting in the round to connect them instead of any sewing, and then I just crochet them on the top. But they still take a while. They're really good size. They're great. They sell for a great price and stuff, but I want something a little quicker because those do move fast for me. So I didn't open this tab though. New tab to the right. Getting used to a new keyboard. You know how it goes. Is this it? No. Let's get likewise patterns, similar patterns. I think that mom is in the title of this. Let's try it again. No, that looks like it, but that's not it. Oh, there it is. Haha. Maybe similar items. I just had to look a little deeper. Okay. I clicked on you. What are you doing? There you go. Okay. So this pattern is by the Fox Den Mom Life. I knew there was a mom in there. And I haven't printed out the cards yet, but it'll hold a little card, just like they all do, that says, I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine, emotional support dumpster fire. These work up really, really quick. So I think I'll continue to make this size, and then I might actually use demi pearl to make one of Robin's patterns, knotting hook crochet. See how big it comes out and make that one more expensive, kind of like a novelty kind of item. I mean, they're all novelty kind of items because they're cute and they're funny. But I do need to print those out, laminate them, hole punch them, and sew them on. All right, and last up, I only made 3 things. That's how busy I've been with this room. I made a little calcifer. I didn't have any white painted, and I didn't want to just like flip a glitter disc back, so I use these eyes, and I am like 95% sure these eyes were hand painted by Stacy Makes in her advent calendar. And I'd gotten so busy that I had stopped going through them all and then just opened them all and put them in with my other safety eyes. But I am like 95% sure these are her eyes, and they're absolutely beautiful, and they kind of remind me of fire, and they're really pretty. I would buy these if she made these, because I'm not sure how she got that total effect. I think she used a fine glitter and then painted the back black, like a fine gold glitter, but it is really cute. So I made a little calcifer. Well, actually, it's a big. So this is the big. Let me go back to that. Fire Demon Crochet pattern. Big Fire Demon Crochet Life. That is a mouthful. But that is all I got done made. And these I'm working on my parfait chunky, which I know you're probably getting sick of hearing, but I was able to use, I think, like chestnut and almond butter. And so that was a great way to get rid of like some skeins. And speaking of which, now that it is February, we'll also go ahead and I'll go through all the skeins that I've used so far this month. But I have to remember which drawer it is in. I will be right back. Okay, so this is everything that I've used in January. I don't know why I'm yelling because I have the mic right here. I'm so sorry, guys. I probably like blew out your eardrums. Okay, so this is everything that I used in January, unless there's some out there on where I work. But that is garbage. Okay, so I used these. Some of these might have been partial skeins, like I was saying, and some of these might have been whole skeins. So I finished one Teddy Bear Parfait Chunky. I finished one Parfait Chunky Pale Blue. I finished one Parfait Chunky Shell. And that was on the mermaid. I guarantee you that was on the mermaid that I showed in a previous video. This little organized really quick. Do I have any more Parfait Chunky? Yes. I finished a Parfait Chunky Rock Candy, which is one of my favorite blues by Parfait Chunky, by the way. I hope that they keep that around. Burn that blanket. Random yarn. Okay. Then I used finished off another Premier Parfait Chunky in Peacock. And I know what I used that on too. Okay, and then another Premier Parfait Chunky in Bright Pink. I'm running really low in pinks on Parfait Chunky. I think I'm almost completely out. Another Premier Parfait Chunky Sunshine. Another Premier Parfait Chunky in Ruby. another Premier Parfait Chunky in Goblin, another Goblin, Premier Parfait Chunky in Kelly Green, Premier Parfait Chunky in Summer Squash, really pretty yellow, I love that yellow, Premier Parfait Chunky in Hibiscus. So then I have some random yarns. These are like off of Amazon. I use these for unicorns, rainbow type stuff, fidget pop jellyfish, things like that. And those are the chenille velvet yarn. Doesn't even have a name brand. Oh wait, it does. It's a Caffris. But I used 2 of those, and it doesn't say what color, but I know they were rainbow. So I'll put that over here. And now I used a dream. Oh, we can find out what I used on the dragon, maybe. Or this could have been one of the other dragons. Cosmos. Well, I used a whole Dreamland Lion Brand story cover in, what did I say again? Cosmos. All right, do I have any more of those? Nope. Okay, and then I just used one Elise Voluto up, and that was, I won't know the color, but I can tell you the color was 16, I think. All right, Bernat, which I've been trying to get rid of. So I used a Bernat blanket in Ashen Titanium, and I think that was that gray. If you watch my previous videos, it's like a tonal gray. And then I used another Bernat baby blanket in coal, another Bernat baby blanket in white, another Bernat baby blanket in sunshine. Oh, this is a mystical. This is a mystical. None of these other mysticals, right? Nope. Bernat baby blanket in Little Sand Castles. Bernat mystical in pink quartz. Bernat blanket in dark gray. Bernat mystical in berry. So used one Elise Voluto, 2 of those Amazon yarns, and then 8 Bernats. Now, a lot of the Bernats were partials. I think some of them might have been full skeins, but a lot of them were partials. 1 Dreamland story cover. And then Parfait Chunkies. Thirteen Parfait Chunkies. That's a lot of yarn I used up. I don't want to do the math for the money on that. You can if you want to. Just put it in the comments. So that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the budget-friendly craft room makeover, my few makes, and just seeing how much yarn I went through in January. Thanks for watching, and until next time.